Isn't it fascinating how life sometimes, throws these curveballs, these seemingly random events that end up connecting us to something, well, something truly significant.
It really is things you just don't expect.
Exactly. So today, we're doing a deep dive into a personal story shared by one of you. It's a reflection on how a really profound connection came about. And there's also this interesting quote that ties in.
Right, a personal account and a quote to kind of frame it.
Yeah. And our mission, if you like, is to really unpack the key elements here. How did this relationship form according to the experiences described?
And it kicks off with something pretty powerful, a prophecy, followed by a specific dream about someone named Barbara.
Okay.
But what's really striking, I think, is the listener's choice not to immediately act on it, not to rush out and find this Barbara.
Right, that pause.
Exactly. It highlights this crucial lesson. Getting guidance doesn't always mean instant action. Sometimes the wisdom is in the waiting, letting things unfold naturally.
There's a real lesson in patience there, isn't there? And then the way Barbara actually enters the picture is just, well, it's kind of amazing.
It really is, not some grand planned meeting.
No. It was through the listener's daughter, Chanda. She was just visiting a friend who happened to live 2 trailers down in Sedona.
2 trailers away. Incredible.
Talk about an unexpected link. It just underlines how interconnected things are, how these little casual moments can spark something huge. Makes you pay attention, doesn't it?
And what's equally fascinating is that Barbara was on her own kind of intuitive journey at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she felt pulled towards Arizona, specifically Sedona. She had the strong feeling she was meant to meet someone important there, even though her original plan was actually Egypt.
Wow. So they were both being guided to the same spot.
It seems like it, like these twinned intuitions, the text calls them, both following some inner knowing, a gut feeling, pulling them towards the same place, and ultimately towards each other.
Okay, so then comes the second meeting. This was also unplanned, right? At a friend's house in Sedona, after the listener had come back.
That's right, another chance encounter.
And there was this immediate spark, a sense of recognition, like they already knew each other somehow.
That feeling.
And apparently, the listener had this little internal chuckle about the dream, the prophecy, but decided, just to let it be. Let things happen naturally.
Which shows some wisdom too, right?
Yeah.
Not forcing your idea of what should happen onto the situation, just letting it breathe.
Definitely. And then the logistics. This part is almost unbelievable.
The practical side of it.
Yeah. Barbara needed a place to rent just then. And guess what? The listener's trailer in Sedona was available.
Just happened to be free.
It's like the universe, or the web, as the source hints, was literally paving the way, providing the actual practical steps needed.
Right. Those seemingly small things, the daughter's visit, the trailer being free, they suddenly look like really important pieces of the puzzle. It shows how life can work through the mundane, the ordinary, to create something extraordinary.
Okay, so Barbara moves in temporarily, and then the listener comes back to Sedona about a month later.
Yes, and they spend a whole day just talking. And the text says they felt this resonance deepen.
You can really picture that, can't you? The connection, solidifying, moving past just recognition into something deeper.
That shared time, the conversation, it's so crucial for building that foundation. It's where that initial spark grows into real understanding, real compatibility.
And then the pivotal moment. Watching a movie.
Yes, holding hands, such a simple thing.
But not simple in its effect, apparently. There's this incredible energy rush, and they both felt it at the same time.
Simultaneously, yeah. A feeling of completeness. A shared knowing that something really significant was happening.
And that quote attached to it. It was amazing how one touch can change a person's life. That just hits hard, doesn't it?
It really does. It underscores the sheer power of genuine human connection and that shared energy. It emphasizes this wasn't just casual, it was a deep resonance.
But then things get a bit more complex. The listener had these clear desires. A satisfying relationship, yes, but also another child, marriage.
Right. And Barbara, on the other hand, had apparently struggled for about 10 years, wanting children.
So on the surface, that looks like a potential, a hurdle right away.
It does. It highlights how sometimes these differences or perceived obstacles can pop up early on. But the listener's thought, mentioned in the text, that maybe just a meaningful relationship would be enough. That suggests a certain openness and acceptance, not demanding everything aligns perfectly from day one.
Interesting. Okay, so they're navigating that, and then comes more guidance.
Yes. On New Year's Eve, a dream. A very clear dream involving Sai Baba with a direct message, move to San Diego.
Wow, that's specific.
Very specific. Dreams can often tap into something deep, can't they? Offering that intuitive nudge. The clarity here suggests a big shift was being pointed towards.
And the next morning, this is where it gets really quite spooky in a good way.
The synchronicity ramps up.
Totally. They both independently suggest moving to San Diego, like out of the blue.
Both of them. On the same morning.
And then, to top it off, Barbara reveals she had a dream that same night, also confirming the move.
It's just undeniable, isn't it? It feels like more than simple coincidence.
Absolutely. It's a powerful example of what people call synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences that seem orchestrated, connected by meaning, rather than just, random chance.
The fact they both arrived at the same idea independently, backed up by dreams, it strongly suggests some larger pattern unfolding, an orchestration, like you said.
So let's just recap this sequence quickly. It's quite something.
It is. You have the prophecy, the dream, the patient waiting.
And the daughter providing the introduction, totally unexpectedly.
Barbara's own intuitive journey pulling her to Sedona, their sheer proximity.
The second unplanned meeting, the spark, the trailer becoming available.
That deepening connection through talking, the powerful touch, the shared energy.
Acknowledging the different desires, but maybe seeing past them.
And finally, these perfectly timed mirrored dreams about San Diego.
It really does feel like watching paths being woven together, step by step.
Absolutely. Each step, each seemingly small event played a role in this connection unfolding. It shows how intuition, inner nudges, practical circumstances, how they can all align.
And this leads perfectly into that quote from Zoran you mentioned earlier.
Ah, yes. Destiny is not a rigid chain, human. It is a dance floor, and the universe provides the music. You simply need to step onto it with an open heart.
That just captures it beautifully, doesn't it? This idea that destiny isn't fixed, it's participatory.
Exactly. It reframes it. It's not some set path we're forced down, but more like an invitation to dance, requiring our openness, our willingness to step onto that floor when the music starts.
I love that imagery. Now, the source material also included something else, a prompt.
Yes, called the Dragon Trial, the thread of synchronicity. It's essentially an invitation for you, the listener, to reflect on your own life.
Ah, okay. To look for similar moments.
Precisely. Those meaningful coincidences, those times when things just seemed to click into place in a way that felt like more than chance. It's a nudge to practice recognizing those patterns in your own experience.
Think about those unexpected meetings, or when help arrived just when you needed it. How did those moments feel? Did you get a sense that maybe something larger was at play, a kind of guidance?
Those moments, the text calls them whispers from the web.
Whispers from the web, I like that.
Yeah. And the idea is that noticing these synchronicities, acknowledging them, can help us develop a deeper sense of the forces maybe shaping our own journeys, the potential for these kinds of meaningful, unexpected connections in all our lives.
So summing up, this whole story is a really powerful illustration, isn't it, of intuition, synchronicity, patience, all playing a part in how significant connections can form.
Definitely. It reinforces that idea that sometimes the most profound events aren't forced by us, but kind of unfold through these subtle, unseen influences, an orchestration guiding things in ways we might not always consciously grasp.
So building on that dragon trial idea, maybe a final thought to leave you with, thinking back on your own moments of synchronicity, those whispers, how might really acknowledging them, reflecting on them, give you maybe a clear view of the patterns, the possibilities unfolding in your own life, something to mull over?
Definitely something worth considering. How paying attention might open up new perspectives.